Morning, everyone. My name is David Luton. For those of you who I have not had the pleasure of meeting yet, I'm the Director of Sales and Marketing here at Paperless. Joining with me today is Alexa Chudzinski, our Great Marketing Coordinator. Um, we will have some time for questions at the end, but you can also put them in the chat and we will monitor that as well. So thank you for joining today. The service level driven platform management, a new managed services offering from Paperless, is what we want to discuss today. So a little background, what exactly are managed services here? It is a business model which essentially leverages the expertise of another organization to execute, optimize, and transform specific business functions on its behalf. In this case, it is your paperless platform, whether it's OnBase, Port Pro, Square 9, or another one of our offerings, Neon, that allows us to actually help you with the management and system daily, monthly, weekly, annual tasks that you do proactively to ensure the system run smoothly here. So some of the demand drivers that we've seen from our customers, as well as the market in large, really rising costs to have a platform scale within the organization without it ballooning in price. Business continuity. So definitely the worst case scenario would be to have that platform actually going down. We never want that. So we want to make sure you have access to it when you need it and where you need it. The one that's definitely come up recently, especially since the pandemic, lack of internal talent. As people come and go within the organization, a lot of that tribal knowledge really dissipates within that organization. And it's kind of hard to then get approval for items when we don't know what we're asking for up the chain. Pressure for new projects or initiatives, or backlog on adding departments, adding processes, adding even something as a new user group or workflow, and then having some of that tribal knowledge just lost to the ether. So making sure that we have continual education, not only for your users, but for your organization at large, to ensure that this platform is really maximizing its investment. So what do I currently have with my annual platform maintenance? I pay an annual fee to make sure that, hey, this system is operating as it should. And that absolutely is true. So with that annual fee, currently it provides break fix and root cause analysis for any product or software defects. So anything that is an error, something that comes up unexpectedly, that incident response, it provides support for those bugs and defects in the software in that current version. Also provides self-serve or assisted support for documentation to help with training, as well as putting together some of those user-driven guides. And you also have access to anybody at Paperless. So any of those triage resources, your tech support, your business resources, executives, as well as sales. So anybody at Paperless is happy to help get you to the right point and get you up and running again. Where that differs, though, is that incident management, it's responding to an unplanned event or degradation to restore service. So it's something that is not expected in your daily operation. Some incident examples that we've seen, it's general inquiries, it's errors that pop up when submitting a form. It's when you're creating user groups or permissions. You're having troubles after refreshing a dev or test or prod environment. There might be a batch, an index that's causing issues. Timers may be off, right? We really see any of those things that pop up that you don't want the user to see, whether it's an exception, error, pop-up box that has to click to go through. Doesn't really inspire confidence in the solution, and it may be an underlying factor. Also, anything that fails to act as expected, so uploading a document, attaching a document, sending an email, compiling a report, not getting the correct data provisioned correctly. So this is things that happen that are incident based. So stuff we're not expecting, happy to call in, happy to leverage that tech support that you pay for, and make sure that you're getting an accurate and proper time response. Our tech support team does pretty good with our ticket system, and we're always looking to improve that. The biggest question though is, how do you proactively support that health and optimization of the solution? So incidents are going to happen. It's just nature of software. Happy to correct those for you, but how can we get better than just running at a daily pace? So some of the things that our customers that really are taking advantage of the solution and have trained system administrators, they're doing things such as making sure the logs, reports, backups, any error identification, system directories, all those are updated within a daily, weekly, or monthly cadence, ensuring that all of that information, retention schedule reviews, managerial reports, outstanding exceptions, those items really are taken away from the equation because someone is monitoring them. It's making sure that platform is optimized to run how it was intended to. So those little things can cause slowdowns, errors, issues. By proactively clearing those out and monitoring them, that's going to make a world of difference for your system performance. So a lot of times people will ask me, well, Dave, what is the gold standard? What does it look like? How does the best of the best operate with that platform? So what we've seen is a certified administrative team dedicated to that platform, whether it's OnBase, whether it's Court Pro, Square9, Neon, having multiple individuals trained and certified to actually perform some of those system tasks. And that cadence will help with that performance. The other ones also raise their hands. Collaborative and challenger approach to transformation with Paperless and your IT team. We don't like to accelerate bad processes. We actually like to work with you to ensure that a great process is being implemented and it's future proof, being able to adjust, be agile with your organizational needs. Also, making sure that you're upgraded to the latest versions, not only to gain new and improved features, but to avoid security concerns, issues, or financial ramifications. Some of our vendors will charge extended support fees if you're on a later version because they have to keep up with that technical knowledge that is far past what is accepted, which is usually 2 versions behind. Making sure that the system, despite organizational changes, is really insulated and adopted within the organization. A lot of times, if there is an elected official, a new IT director, a new business owner, some of them may not have the backgrounds or the critical information to know how important that platform is day to day within the operations. So we want to ensure that, hey, this is a tier 1 system for your organization, and you guys are using it as you intended to when you purchased. And then to that extent, having an established cadence of system health and business reviews to maximize that investment. So ensuring that, yes, we are hitting what technically the solution should do, but also, is it hitting the return on investment when you purchase the solution? Is it doing those items? Are we hitting that mark? And where can we take that roadmap and really build it with our customers to ensure that you are getting the best possible platform on the market? So from a platform management standpoint, there's really 4 levels that we see. We talked about incident management, really that responding to an unplanned event. Um, a lot of times when we get that tech support call, may really fall into one of the other 3 buckets though: change management, problem management, just doing that basic admin management, or even having that release management with upgrades and testing and issues. So most of our customers are covered through that first tier, that contractual incident management. When something, a user-driven change in configuration, might have a root cause analysis, we may need to discover, okay, who changed this item and that's something that's not covered from the original contract. So that may be a billable resource. That's something we need to investigate. Also, if it's something that a user did or an external third-party system integrated that there was a change, maybe it broke something. Maybe we need to investigate that a little further and provide recommendations. Again, something that may be a billable resource. Same with admin management. We want to ensure that every day you're having the tasks associated with an optimal performance. So when we look at these all together, these are the top levels of management that we get calls for, that we actually kind of divide into these buckets. So to that effect, Paperless is proud to announce our managed service tiers. Walking through this, on the left-hand side, we have that contractual. You already own this support today. So any break, fix, errors, defects, bugs, access to training, resources, self-service options, and obviously Paperless is great tech support, as well as a lot of vendor tier 2 support that we will escalate on your behalf. Really where the benefit going forward that we are happy that we see some customers doing a little bit today. We basically contained it a little better into this consult tier. Now, this is a replenishing block of hours to utilize paperless experience. So this could be an annual block of hours. It could be a quarterly block of hours. What's nice about that, by pre-purchasing, you will get a discount off our standard rate, and that will help leverage kind of, again, if you need to pull from some of those other tiers. So if there was a user change and it didn't happen as anticipated, you want to bounce an idea off of one of our great techs, says, hey, I want to do a configuration change this way, but I'm not quite sure what it should be. They can actually help workshop that with you. So design reviews of current process, general consulting, and ensuring that those future processes are implemented by your organization well. Going that plus, having that consult tier, that great knowledge at your disposal, plus the proactive system administration is where we get the performance tier. So this allows for all those daily, weekly, monthly administrative tasks that system administrators should be monitoring by themselves. Now you have paperless expertise and resources doing that contractually. So every day, every week, every month, there will be a paperless resource dedicated to your solution that will help proactively prevent any errors, that will help implement those driven changes. So if you want to add a new user group, you want to add a new document type, you want to add a new workflow, now you don't have to go back to approval and get budget for that billable item. That's already contracted within this annual price. So you already have those abilities and a little more autonomy to have that within the organization. So this is really where we see our customers thriving, is having that ability to call us up and say, hey, I want to make a change for the better. Great. Now we already have that locked and loaded, and now it's just getting it on the schedule. And a lot of times with this, you already have a dedicated resource, so it's just making sure it aligns within that daily resource. Advance is that Perform Plus. So you get all the benefits of the daily administration, plus the upgrade, the annual upgrade to either the securest version, so the newest, or N-1. And Paperless does a great job of vetting to make sure that, you know, if you're not on the cutting edge, you're on the most secure, stable version that fits your needs. Because we never want to put you on something that's not going to fit within that organization. This also helps push through any user testing, so we can help and assist with that, as well as any solution design and organizational expansion. So we'll actually help build that roadmap for you and consult on where do we see this platform growing, easy opportunities with your existing software to really make a difference and impact there. Also, with the Perform and Advanced tiers, you will have a dedicated channel directly to those paperless resources. We also like to do executive briefings and that return on investment reporting. So you understand that the impact that this solution is having at your organization. Is it cutting down on per invoice costs? Is it cutting down on e-filing costs? Is it cutting down on those costs that really were struggling in the paper world and now are advancing because of this solution? So helping sell up the chain is also something we are very happy to do. And we've seen work really well with this managed service tier because of how optimized it can be and easy for your organization to deploy. One of the common questions we get is, what if I'm deployed in the cloud? Does offer some things, because now instead of your organization managing the servers and hardware on premise, that's something that we do for you. So that's still applicable here. The main difference is you're still getting that end-to-end application management. So those daily administrative tasks, you're seeing that target of service level for reviews and response times, and then the ongoing monitoring of service usage, performance, that incident change and release management. So those things are still absolutely available. And if you're unsure which tier that may fit best, happy to walk through anyone and any one of our customers on what may be the best fit. Also, on what we do on a daily basis, what our standard paperless recommended tasks are. And then we know, obviously, each customer has their unique processes. So we can definitely customize and tailor that service to ensure that it's hitting your exact needs. So it's not a one size fits all. It's a, hey, here's our recommended baseline plus your additional on top to ensure that this is getting you exactly what you need from the experts. So to summarize it up, for on average, we've seen for less than the cost of hiring, training, and maintaining an employee, right? And that's based on a few factors here. Typically, the on-base average industry salary. The contractual managed services does not take a day off. They don't get sick. Our certifications do not lapse, and there's an insurance of familiarity and expertise done by Paperless as your trusted partner who implemented your solution. We are really going to be at the forefront of ensuring that your solution is running at the best possible capacity that it can, which is what we want for all of our customers. As I mentioned, a lot of customers just have that annual support, still can do the tech support ticket. We just want to ensure that if it is a billable resource, we can get that billable resource taken care of up front. And then it's not a conversation of, now I need to get approval. Now I can just go ahead and authorize that change because I have one of our service tiers. So thank you for joining today. I know I went through that a little quickly, but wanted to see now if we had any questions, or definitely reach out to myself. I'd be happy to do a free consultation with any of our customers on how this managed service tier will happily improve your organizational and platform production.
Everybody should be able to unmute themselves if they would like to ask a question. And if not, we have Dave's information right there on the slide. And thank you everybody so much for coming.
Yep. Thank you, everyone. And I'll do a quick follow-up with each of the attendees here, just to ensure that if there are any additional questions, as well as if you wanted to know pricing or timeline of how we can get this implemented here for you. But thank you. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you, everybody.